Hello world and welcome to this new tutorial. My name is Nelson Fojo, and in today's video we're going to be solving the CASPA Inter-Regional Mock 2024 Paper 3 Tax B spreadsheet. In the previous video we solved the Tax A, which was database, 25 marks in total. You can watch the video by following the link in the description below. So today we are going to be dealing with Tax B spreadsheet, which is 20 marks, and these are all the instructions. If you haven't gotten the paper yet, visit the link in the description below or go to www.gcerevision.com and download the paper. Let's get started. Alright, before we begin, we're going to start as usual with important definitions. Firstly, we have a spreadsheet program, which is a software used to create, organize, analyze and manage data in a tabular form using rows and columns. Like for example, we have Microsoft Excel, Google Sheets, LibreOffice, Calc, Apple Numbers, Zoho Sheets. Next, we have a formula. Formula is a user-defined calculation starting with an equal sign. For example, equal to A1 plus B1, which adds values in cells A1 and B1. Next, we have a function, which is a predefined operation to simplify tasks. For example, we have equal to sum, bracket A1 to A10, adds the values in range A1 to A10. So you can see the difference. In formulas, you don't have any word before cells, whereas in functions you have a word before the parentheses. To retain this, you should just know about the function f of x. You always know that the function f of x always maps the value x to a certain function. So words here represent the function name, and here are the cells values or the parameters of the function. Whereas formulas, they don't have that, just the cells and after the equal sign. Next, we have a cell. Cell is the intersection of a row and a column in a spreadsheet, identified by a unique reference. For example, A1, B1, C5, C17. Now let's look at operations on cells in Microsoft Excel. Basic operations we're going to be dealing with, or you always have to interact with, are firstly we have addition. You can see an example here. We are adding the values in cells A1 to that's in cell B3. Next, you have subtraction. Using this formula, you have formula that subtracts D8 from DJ4. Next, multiplication. Formula that multiplies the values of the values in cell A2 that in cell C3, and you have division. You have A1 divided by A2. Next, let's look at a visualization of a spreadsheet from Microsoft Excel. As you can see here, we have a spreadsheet showing the name, sex, age, height and weight, certain data. Okay, you can see here in cell C6 the total is 99, and that was calculated using functions equal to sum C2 to C5. That means the cell references leave from C2 straight to C5 and adds all the values. The total gives us 99. Another formula used here is equal to average C2 to C5. Average here is in cell B7, but the calculated function is placed in cell C6. So if you come here and you place your cursor here, you type equal to average C2 to C5, you're going to have this value 24.75, which is the average between the average of all these numbers. And next we have the mean equal to mean E2 to E5, placed in cell E5, E6 I mean. This function is placed in cell E6 to calculate the minimum value in the data set given from cell E2 to E5. And finally, you have the formula equal to count E2 to E5, which was placed in cell E8 to calculate how many numbers, how many data values are found in cells E2 to E5. And as you can see, it gives out 4. That means there are 4 values that we found in those cells in total. Good. So if you have understood how this formula works, I want you to use a function and tell me which function could be inserted in cell F2 to calculate the BMI, the body mass index of A. Jishang. This is the person here. Of A Jishang, given that the height is in centimeters and the weight in kilograms. The height 180 centimeters and the weight 80 kilograms. So what is the function to calculate his BMI in a certain cell F2? Please comment your answer in the comment section below, or you can pause this video and work it out yourself after developing this spreadsheet in Microsoft Excel. So that's it. We're going to look at the answer. It's equal to E2 divided by bracket D2 divided by 100 times D2 divided by 100, or E2 divided by bracket open D2 divided by 100 close power 2 close. Let me explain this function. To calculate the body mass index, you need the width in kilograms divided by the height square, and this is the height in centimeters. To convert this height to meter, we need to divide by 100. That will give us 1.8 meters, and we multiply it by itself, which will give us the height square. Look at very well the way the brackets are placed to maintain the body mass and make sure that no value is miscalculated. You could either multiply the two heights together, or you just use this symbol, which is the power symbol in Microsoft Excel, which will square the value of the height. Good. That said, if you want more tutorials concerning Excel, you can visit the website Data Camp and look for basic Excel formulas for everyone. Now let's look at relative cell references. Let's look at this spreadsheet. You have the name of trainers, their Pokeballs, and their grade balls. Now in cell D2, you want to calculate the sum of their Pokeballs and their grade balls. You just put the formula equal to B2 C2, and if you drag that consistently or give the answer to this, you are going to see 2 plus 3 is equals to 5. And if you decide to drag that going downward, you're going to have 5, 10, 12, 8, 8, 7. Just by coming down here, waiting that your cursor makes another sign, which is a small black cross. You drag that down, it's going to consistently increase with values. Like if here you had B2 plus C2, as you're dragging down, Excel will automatically change the cell value, the cell references to B3, C3, B4, C4. As you can see here, B5, C5, B6, C6, and B7, C7 consistently as you come and place your cursor here and you drag downward. So that's what we call relative cell references. Excel automatically fills the rest of the values going downward with the respective cells. Next, let's look at absolute cell references. When it comes to absolute cell reference, let's say you have another scenario where, look at this spreadsheet for example, you have trainers, Pokeballs, and the price. Now we want to calculate the total cost. You know, if Eva has 2 Pokeballs, the cost of 2 Pokeballs, given that one of them costs 2 francs, is 2 times 2. Same thing for Liam. If he wants to calculate, if he wants to have the total cost of his Pokeballs, he needs to multiply the number of Pokeballs we have with the price of 1 Pokeball. So that will be 5 times 2. Pablo, the same thing, 10 times 2. Jenny, 7 times 2, and so on. And you realize that if you want to use a cell referencing or the relative cell reference, and you come and put here equal to B2 times B11, as you're going to have the answer for Eva, while dragging, it's going to consistently continue. Like after 2 times 2, it's going to take 5 times the next value under 2, 10 times the next value under again. So Excel automatically continues downward. It doesn't fix the cell. But when we deal with absolute cell references, we can solve that using a dollar sign. Use a dollar sign to fix or block a certain cell. Let's look at that closely. Okay, when you place the dollar sign between the first letter of the cell and in the middle of the letter of the cell and the number of the cell respectively of the row. So here we are in column B, row 11, which gives us cell B11. Now to block cell B11, we need to put dollar signs before and after the row, the column, sorry, before and after the column, which is B. This is how you fix the cell, and doing that is going to enable you to consistently drag while B2 will be changing, because we didn't change the values of B. For B2, this is B2, is going to go to B3, B4, B5, B6. B11 won't increase like B11, 12, 13. It won't do that because we have fixed dollar signs in between, which will fix the cell B11, while this guy is going to continue B11. B2 as a cell is going to continue because we haven't fixed that. So that's it. You're going to see 2 times 2 is 4, 5 times 2 is 10, 10 times 2 is 20, 7 times 2 is 14, as you're going to drag to consistently automatically fill the remaining cells. So that's what we call absolute reference. So the main difference here is simple. In relative cell reference, the cell continues. Like if you have one cell times another cell, it continues downward. Whereas in absolute cell referencing, you can multiply a whole range of cells with just a fixed value. using dollar signs. This is the most important part of this tutorial because most students always face difficulties in fixing a certain cell in Microsoft Excel. So we're going to continue, and I want you guys to learn more on Microsoft Excel functions and formulas. Visit the link below and learn. Yeah, you can learn and do even without a computer. The website is super interactive. It is www.w3schools.com/excel. You can have a full course on Microsoft Excel with your phone without using a computer. The website offers you the possibility to fill in formulas and see the output that comes out, and a lot more things. Good. So that said, we are going to dive directly into the paper, the question paper itself of the CASPA Mock 2024 Tax B spreadsheet. Okay. So you know our formula. We always read everything before we start the question paper. It's very good to know how to move and what next you should expect from the paper. Alright, so tax B says the table below shows the tuition to be paid by parents who enroll kids into St. Peter's Bilingual School Complex. The expected tuition for preschool and primary school is the product of the number of kids for each parent and the tuition for that level, that is, for the preschool and the primary school respectively. So we have the table showing the amount of tuition to be paid by parents in preschool and primary school. We have the name of the parents, the number of kids in preschool, the number of kids in primary school, the total number of kids, good, the expected tuition in preschool, the expected tuition in primary, the total expected tuition, and here we have the percentage reduction in tuition. Alright, it's already calculated, so it's just like the amount of reduction in tuition, not the percentage. Right. Here we have the final tuition paid and the school uniform bonuses. Alright, here you have the level preschool tuition. One student in preschool should pay 150,000 and primary school 75,000. Now, question 1 says, using a spreadsheet program, design the table shown in the figure below. Remarks. Question 2, use an Excel formula to calculate the total number of kids for each parent. Alright, calculate the expected tuition for preschool and write the formula in cell E3 in the space provided. Alright, calculate the expected tuition for primary school. Good. Calculate the total expected tuition, which is the total expected tuition for preschool and expected tuition for primary. Alright. 6. Calculate the total number of kids in for the preschool. Okay. The percentage reduction in tuition is calculated based on the following condition. If a parent have more than 2 kids in the preschool and more than 1 kid in primary, then the parent receive 20% reduction from the total expected tuition. If the number of kids in preschool are more than 2, the parent receive a 10% reduction for the total expected tuition. And if the number of kids are more than 2 in primary, the parent receive 5% reduction for the total expected tuition. Otherwise, the parent receives 0 discount. Alright. So we have to be conditions. All of them should be used to calculate the percentage reduction in tuition. Alright. Question 7, we have, by using a suitable function, calculate the percentage reduction in tuition from the above conditions. Write the formula in your write the formula you use in cell H3 in the space below. Okay. Use a suitable Excel function to calculate the final tuition paid. Alright. If the total number of kids are 3 and above, and the parent have a bonus of free school uniform for the kids, else he or she receives nothing, an empty cell. Okay. Question 9. Write the formula you will use to calculate school uniform bonuses in cell G5 in the space provided. Okay. Calculate total enrollment of the school in cell Z11 and the total amount received as tuition in cell I11. Question 11. Make a screen capture of your workbook and save it as tuition in a Word document inside the candidate folder. Alright. That said, we go back to the first question and we start answering. You have read this. It's simple table which shows the tuition to be paid by parents who enroll their kids in St. Peter's Bilingual School Complex. Expected tuition for preschool and primary school. Product of the number of kids for each parent and the tuition for that level. Alright. So number of kids times the tuition based on the school. Good. So let's just start by reproducing this same table in an Excel sheet. To do that, I'm simply going to call on Excel. As I open Excel, I create a new file. and I call that tuition. In fact, let's first save. Press on Ctrl S, browse, go directly to desktop. Inside my candidate folder, I name it as tuition because the question said so. The question said I should save it as tuition for now. Let's check that. Okay, it's not set at the beginning, but whatever, we're going to see that while going. So let's first call it tuition with a capital T. Good, tuition. Okay, we have saved it in our candidate folder. That means every detail we're going to use is going to be saved. Alright, so let's analyze the table first. We have from A1 to G1, it's all merged. Let's do that. A1 to G1, we merge it here, merge and center. Good. Then we have this cell which has a very big size. We increase it here, and increase the size of A22. To increase the size, I'll simply come here once I have a cross and like this. Good. Let's first fill it. Yeah, we're going to name it according to it. So here we have names of parent. Names of parent. Okay, I have to increase it again a little bit. Good. Now here we have number of kids in preschool. Number of kids in preschool. Okay, so to make sure that this value goes down like it is here, as I type up, it goes down automatically. What I will do is I'll simply make sure that all these cells respect the same thing. I'll select from there to here. To select, you just click and drag. Okay, you did so, and you come here, you click on text wrap the text. Good. Now that we have wrapped the text, increase the size a little bit. Alright, I will continue typing. Here we have number of kids in primary. Number of kids in primary. Here we need to increase the size again. Text the real line, so increase here instead. Okay. Oh, we need to center it because as you can see, they're all aligned to the left. So we select it back. We come here, center, middle, center, center. Good. These two guys should be in the middle. As you can see, this one is for top left, top no, the height, sorry, top, middle, bottom, top, middle, bottom. This guy's left, middle, right. So put in the middle, middle, right. So here we have the total number of kids. Good. Here we have the expected tuition in preschool. All right, and here we have the expected. All right, expected tuition in primary. We're going to fix that after. Here we have the percentage reduction in tuition, and here we have the final tuition to be paid. Final tuition to be paid, and here we have school uniform. Oh, there's a little mistake, but let's first do that. School uniform bonuses. All right, as you can see, normally school uniform bonuses is in cell G2. To do that, I'm simply going to cut it, Ctrl X, and I'm going to paste it here, Ctrl V. That's how you shift in Excel. Ctrl X, Ctrl V. And this guy, final tuition to be paid, is supposed to be in I2. So I2, I'm going to Ctrl X, Ctrl V. Percentage reduction in tuition is in H2, Ctrl X, Ctrl V. Total expected tuition. Good. This is what we missed out. Come and put it here. Total expected tuition. Alright, that's it. So I think expected tuition, I should increase the size a little bit. Good. Alright, good. Now let's continue with the name of the parents. We're going to put the table borders and everything after. Here we go in capitals and put the title. Title is table of, or table showing the amount of tuition to be paid by parents in preschool and the primary school. Alright, table showing the amount of tuition to be paid by parents in preschool and primary school. We have the title. Now we have to populate the names of parents accordingly. The first person is Billy Bravo. So we'll put that Billy Bravo. As you're seeing, guys, typing to be extremely fast while typing in the exam. Mokuba. Mar Francis Mokuba. Next we have Kamta Thomas. The next person we have Atu Womang Franklin. Next you have David Bye. Okay. Bye. Next we have Alandro Mosama. Next you have Ikole 15. Oh, sorry. It's Balanjo Justin. And immediately after you have Abraham Mosama, then Ikole 15. And finally you have the total. Next we have to look at the next information on our table. As you can see here, we have level and tuition. Level is found in cell B13. So we put it here. See level. Under level we had preschool. Under that we have primary and tuition. Let's check out the tuition. 150,000 and 75,000. 150,000, that's 4 zeros, and 75,000, 3 zeros. So let's count that to be sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3. Good. Next, let's fill in the number of kids in preschool and primary school. Looking at these values, we can go. We shall go with 4, 3, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 0 for the total. Alright, number of kids in primary, we do same. 1, 3, 2, 0. Oh, sorry. It's 1, 3, 2, 2 here, 0 here. 1, 2, 2. Okay, let's go back again. 1, 3, 2, 0. 1, 2, 2, 0. Okay, let's check that. Good. So we have this, the percentage reduction in tuition in cell H8. 100 Justin, 150,000. H8. Let's check 8. Okay, this is 8. This is H. 100 Justin, 150,000. 4 zeros. So just under this, one cell downward, final tuition to be paid, which is a total, not really a total, equally gifting. Equally gifting here has to pay an amount of 213,750. But final tuition to be paid. Alright, if there's no other information, we can start formatting the table by putting the bold where it needs to be, and as well the table lines. Alright, to do that, we're simply going to highlight all our table by starting here, going downward, and we are going to come here, front table borders, and we're going to put all borders. Alright, we have that. Here we increase the size a little bit to make it look good. And we put that in the middle, and we bold it. Good. From what I'm seeing in the table, names of parent is down, so we put that down. All the others are up, and it's like they're bolded, because if you look at this, there's a difference between this and this in terms of fonts. Even the numbers are bolded, so we're setting, all numbers are bolded. So we respect the formatting because we also be evaluated on formatting. So anything that we put inside here, we put bold. Same thing out here, put bold. Okay, Let's increase this. It's not visible. Let's check the boldness again. Yes. Yeah, there's a big difference between this and this. One is bolder than the other. Tuition, there's no difference. Whatever. Okay, so here there's a table color which is green. Cell color. That means there is no total for school uniform bus bonuses. It's gray. Let's put that gray. Come here to the bucket and use a blue color. Let's come and add borders here too. And centralize the two headings. These two headings need to be in the middle. Guys, don't forget that even the formatting counts. Alright. So now that we have done that, we select the range, we come to borders and apply the all borders. Now for the formatting, you can see total is bolder than the others. Like the line here is very bold. So we are going to come to the table borders. We're going to go to draw line color. Go to line style first. Look for bolder line style, which is the last one here. And the pencil will appear immediately. So you just need to trace your lines out like this. Okay, good. So now that we have put the line to be bold, as I said, to make it bold, you just need to come here and change the line height, the line style. Then the pencil will appear and allow you to highlight the specific cells you want to make bold. That said, we are going to start working. We are done with the table. That gives us 2 marks. In a spreadsheet program design, the table as shown in the figure above, we have this table mark. Use an Excel formula to calculate the total number of kids for each parent. Total number of kids for each parent. Right. So that you are simply going to say equal to B2 B3 plus C3. So as you can see, it's adding the number of kids they have in preschools and the number of kids they have in primary school, which gives the total number of kids of the parent Billy Bravo. And now to just fill this cell, we're going to use the relative cell reference. Take here and drag. That's it. It automatically fills and the cell values are changing automatically, as you can see. Okay, that's it. Move to the next part of the question. Alright, so the next part of the question says calculate the expected tuition for preschool and write the formula in cell E3 in the space provided. Alright, so let's go and calculate the expected tuition for preschool. Here is preschool. Expected tuition will simply be equal to, we put the tuition and we need to put our dollar signs in between. Now let's first put the formula. Tuition times, we go to preschool. Here is preschool. I will click on this. Now we need to come in between the cell we want to fix. This is absolute cell referencing. We want to fix C14 for the calculate total fee, because as we are going to drag downward, C14 is going to be multiplied by B3 and so on. As B3 is changing to B4, B5, B6, C14 is fixed. So this is absolute cell referencing. You press enter. It gives us 4 times 150,000, which is 600,000. Now you click and drag. As you can see here, the cells are changing. As I go downward, changes. C14 stays the same, whereas this progressing. Alright, this one says if a parent have more than 2 kids in a preschool and more than 1 kid in a primary school, then the parent receives 20% reduction from the total expected tuition. So we first understand the question or the condition ourselves before going to apply. So here we should know exactly which sign to use, which symbol, what is the inequality used, what is the meaning, the logic behind the condition. It says if a parent have more than 2 kids in the preschool and more than 1 kid in the primary, that means having more than 2 kids in the preschool is simply a greater than 2. That means 3 upward. You should have been starting at 2 if it was something like 2 or more kids. Yeah, but here it's strictly more than 2 kids. So we'll just put a greater than 2 here. And here we have an and condition, meaning both conditions must be satisfied before it gets this discount. More than 1 kid, which is strictly greater than 1 for the primary, and it receives a 20% reduction from the total expected tuition. Good. So 20% reduction will be simply 20% times his total expected tuition. That will give us a discount. Let's do that. We're going to nest them because here all the 3 conditions must enter here. So we come here to visualize our formula well. Okay, so we are going to say if we want to calculate the percentage reduction tuition, the first condition said the number of kids in preschool should be greater than 2, and primary school should be greater than 1. So we cannot just come and say B3 and C3 greater than 1. To do that, there's another formula that compares for equality using the AND function. We're going to say AND, yeah, logical 1, logical 2. The logical 1 is simply this guy to be greater than 1. So sorry, and C3 would be equal greater than 1. Yeah, let's check that again. If parents have more than 2 kids in preschool and more than 1 kid in primary school, then we will receive a 20% reduction from the total expected tuition. Alright, so we are done with the AND. We close that. Yeah, that was our logical test. And B3 greater than 2, C3 greater than 1. We put a comma. Value if true is simple. The discount is 0.2. That's 20% because here avoid work with percentages. We say 0.2 times the total expected tuition, which is this value. Yeah. The value if false is another condition because we need to test all conditions in this column. The next condition says if the total number of kids in preschool are more than 2, the parent receive a 10% reduction from the total. Okay, here we have just one condition, which is the number of kids in preschool greater than 2, 10% discount. If total number of students in preschool greater than 2, value if true, that is 0.1 times expected total tuition of this cell. Please let's continue working in the same cell. So here we are not working on J4, we are working on J3. So write it down, J3. Alright, we put another comma. We are asked to prompt the value if false. Our value if false is another if statement. Yeah, we are nesting them to test for all conditions. So you nest ifs if you have many if conditions. Here we have if the total number of kids are more than 2 in the primary, the parent receive a 5%, which is 0.05 reduction from the total expected tuition. So we come here, if you need to double click to activate it, the formula. Double click here, you go to primary and you see greater than 2, comma, value if true, you take 0.05 and you multiply it by the total expected tuition. Total expected tuition is in GTV. We are dealing with the total expected tuition, not the expected tuition in primary, the total expected tuition. And the value if false is simply 0. Yeah, we were told that the last condition, otherwise the parent receive a that means if the parent does not fall among these conditions, you receive a 0 discount. So we're going to say 0 discount. We're going to close our brackets. You're going to see the way the colors will be highlighted going backward. The first color is purple, red, and black. So the closing brackets. Then we press enter and it's applied. This is the reduction price of Billy Bravo, because he has like 4 kids in preschool and 1. That means just the second condition will be fulfilled here. Hence, he's going to have a 10% discount here. on the total expected tuition was kids. Now we drag this to go downward. If our formula is correct, we're going to have 150,000 here. This value is not going to change. Yeah, and that will prove to us that we did it well. Alright, it didn't change. That means it's the right formula to be used. And I think the next question is asking us to write it down. By using a suitable if function, calculate the percentage reduction tuition from the above condition. Write the formula used in cell H3 in the space below. So this is H3, and this is the formula you use in H3. So you write it down here. You have 3 marks. Using a suitable Excel function, calculate the final tuition to be paid. So if you have a percentage reduction in tuition, the final tuition will simply be equal to total expected tuition minus the reduction in tuition. Press enter, you drag it, and if this value does not change, that means you have it correctly everywhere. Beautiful. So up to now, you can be sure 100% that the work done is perfect and there is no error. That gives you 2 marks. 1 mark, sorry. Yeah, 1 mark. Next, if the total number of kids are 3 and above, the parents have a bonus of free school uniform for the kids, else he or she receives nothing, an empty cell. If the total number of kids are 3 and above, alright, the parent have a bonus of free school. Okay, here you just see it is highlighted 3 and above. That means it's greater than or equal to, as we were saying up. 3 and above, the parents have a bonus of free school uniform for the kids. A bonus of free school uniform. Are we going to write free? Oh, school uniform bonuses. What are we going to put in that cell? Let me check well. If the total number of kids are 3 and above, the parent have a bonus of free school uniform for the kids, else he or she receives nothing, an empty cell. School uniform bonuses. So what are we going to say here? Are we going to put yes or no? It's not stated anywhere. Wow. Write the formula you use to calculate the school uniform bonuses in G5 in the space provided. Alright, we don't know what to put as bonus of free school uniform. Wow. So you're just going to come and write a comment in your question paper somewhere here saying that you didn't see what you had to put. If the total number of kids are 3 and above, the parent have a bonus of free school uniform for the kids, else he or she receives nothing, an empty cell. That means this is the most important part. You should see that the parent don't have a bonus. That means no matter what you put in the cell, that means he has a bonus. And if it's empty, he doesn't have a bonus. Alright. Every formula you use to calculate school uniform bonuses in cell G5 in space. Alright, let's just go to G5. Just do anything there. This is G5, G5, G5. Oh, this is a trap, guys. Because here you're going to put the formula for G3, but you'll be asked for the formula you had in G5. So that said, we need to check everywhere. H3, we did that correct because it was our first cell. E32 was the first cell, so the formula here is supposed to be correct. But here you must emphasize on G5. Let's first have for G3 as the beginning. So we'll say equal to if again. If, alright, if total number of kids is greater than or equal to 3, value if true. Let's print something here. Let's put in brackets free uniform. Good. Free uniforms. Else nothing. Close the bracket. So this is it. School uniform bonuses. If G3, which is this one, is greater than 3, we print free uniforms. Else we leave it empty. That's why here there's nothing in our string. In our quotes. Good. So we press enter. This parent, Billy Bravo, yeah, has free uniforms because in the school he has a total number of kids greater than equal equals to 3. 3 and above, parent have a bonus of free school uniform. For the kids, else he or she receives nothing, an empty cell. So we drag that. Come here, our black cross sign, and we drag. Alright, this is the only parent without a free uniform. That's bad. Okay, David, bye bye. The number of kids too. That's bad. Anyways, so that's the formula. You just come to G5. Here's G5, and you copy this. If G5 is greater than or equal to 3, free uniforms, else nothing. Yeah, you copy that in the space provided here. Don't forget your comment here that you decided to put uniforms because no condition was given or no statement was given to be placed in the cell if the parent satisfied the condition of 3 and above kids in the school. Okay. Question 10. Calculate the total enrollment of the school in cell D11 and the total amount received as tuition in I11. So let's do that. D11, this is D11. Say equal to sum. Total enrollment will simply be the total number of all kids in the school. You drag that, you close, you press enter. Put 33 students in total, and the total amount received in tuition cell I11, this one. Okay, total amount in tuition equal to sum. Drag this, I close, enter. Alright, it's a lot of money. It's 3,491,250 francs with dollars, who knows. So let's just allow it like that, and that's it for our table. But now no part asks us to calculate this total. Let's check if there's any place that says calculate all the totals. Make screenshot of your work, go and save as tuition. No Word documents, so you can do the folder. Nothing. So since it's there and it needs to be filled, I'm not sure. Let's check this. Wow, it's really giving like C3 to C10. Wow, that means if you do this, you're going to fill it automatically. Excel does that automatically. As you drag this side, you drag that side, it changes the cells accordingly. Like here, it logged and it calculated the sum from E3 to E10. Should E10 here, F3 to F10 sum. Same thing here. So you won't be penalized, but I'll advise you to leave the ones that were asked in bold and the ones that were not asked not in bold. Yeah, so that you did that just if you want to. You'll not be penalized, but you'll not be given any mark for doing that. So let's put the ones that were asked. Total expected tuition. Final tuition to be paid is this. Don't need this. Yeah, we remove that. I think total number of kids in primary preschool. Check that. Remember, it was 1 mark before the condition. This guy. Total number of kids in preschool. Alright, we bold that. Total number in preschool. Yeah, we bold this. I and H. So D11. This one. Total enrollment. So all these other values that were not asked, you just allow that like this, and that's it. So that's it, guys. We are done with this question paper. We just have to screenshot in our document, save it as tuition, and that's it. So let's do a screenshot. I'll print call for my snipping tools. Snipping tools come in. I'm going to put new screen capture. Good. Make sure that the cell numbers, cell references, everything, the rows and the columns are being seen, everything is visible. I click this like this, drag, making sure that my whole table comes out. Good. That's it. Okay, I now have to save it. I'll save it as tuition in my candidate folder. Yeah, here's my candidate folder in the desktop already. Nelson candidate folder. I'm going to call this tuition. Will be an image, so the name won't be step. Good. Next, I open Word and I insert that image. Okay, Microsoft Word. Why is it slow? It's really slow. Let's open that again. Oh, it's already open. Okay, go to insert, picture, this device, go to desktop. Our candidate folder is here. Nelson's candidate folder. I save the screenshot as situation. This is it. I open it. Increase the size accordingly for it to be visible. We'll change the orientation here first so it can be aligned anywhere. Good. I think you could even invert it, yeah, for the examiner to see it well. Invert it like this. Put it portrait, yeah. For it to be visible, you go to layout, orientation, landscape. Alright, since the orientation of the paper is landscape, turn it back. Okay, this is the size. Okay, this is big enough. Beautiful. So we have our table here. All we have to do now is to save it in our candidate folder as situation. Yeah, all the other ones are not necessary. The Excel file should be there. The screenshot should be in the Word documents. So we'll go to File, Save As, Browse, Nelson's candidate folder, which is on the desktop. Okay, we save this as tuition. I save as our Word document. Close this. Close this. We save. Okay. We enter our candidate folder and we make sure that everything is there. So we open it back. Tuition. Everything is there. Close. You open tuition on the Word document. Okay, everything is there. Good. So that's it, guys. You are done with this paper, which was a tax B spreadsheet of the CASPA Inter-Regional Mock 2024 paper 3. Our next video will be on the tax C programming, and we'll do that extremely fast. Yeah, it's 10 marks, simple. Yeah, so let's just conclude. That's it. We have come to the end of this tutorial series. Thanks for watching. Comment below for any question, suggestion in the video, and note that one like equals to one prayer, so don't forget to like. One share equals to one miracle. Don't forget to share, guys. And one subscription equals to blessings. Stay blessed, guys, and all together gives one more video. And if you want to contact us, don't forget this is our email 237.nelco@gmail.com. Join us by following the online revision sessions in our Telegram channel, Nelco Explains Computer Science and ICT, and we'll join the WhatsApp community. All the links are found in the description below. Don't forget to download the question paper, self-practice, and continue, guys. Trust the process. We move.